one way to come for a fully funded program in the United States is through graduate teaching assistantship. This time, you are reaching out to a graduate assistant specialist for that course in that department. You will also need to send an email out. Yes, that is the most convenient way to reach out to anybody, anywhere. Using the same school website as an example and navigating to the graduate program, you can see the tuition for resident and non-resident. You can see they have graduate assistantships. If you can't find the graduate assistantships, you can use the search bar and type the keyword you are looking for. I'm going to search for graduate assistantships. You can click on any interesting one. I'm not going to use this one because it doesn't say much, so I'm going to check for another one. If you read closely, you can see where they say the dean, department chair, or director will determine if the credentials of a student qualify. But the point of contact for you will still be the graduate assistant director. Your application can then be forwarded to the dean or the department chair. You can find the contact in the footer of the web page. You can also check out the part 1 of this video with this link. Now, I'm going to show you what a basic cold email to professors for a graduate assistantship should look like. In this case, let's use a graduate research assistantship, for example. Let's assume I'm writing for a graduate research assistantship position. So, the first thing is your subject line. You need to make it concise and relevant. In this case, I have request for consideration as a graduate research assistant. You can also use prospective graduate assistant inquiry or interest in graduate assistantship opportunity. After then, you have to address the professor respectfully. For example, dear professor, any name the professor is. You need to use their title and last name unless they prefer a more formal approach. Then you need to introduce yourself briefly. In this case, you can mention your current academic status, degree program, or any relevant background or experience. For example, in this mail, I said my name is this and I'm writing to express my interest in graduate research assistantship in your laboratory. So that means I'm stating the purpose of my email briefly in my introduction. Then I also talked about my background in computer science, and just sell yourself. That's what I'm talking about. So your introduction is your selling point. Your introduction is what the professor will look at first before he makes any decision, whether he's gonna send you an email back for an interview or not. So you need to discuss any relevant background. I advise that you can use the courses you took in your undergraduate as your selling point. For example, you have that, okay, I completed my bachelor's degree in computer science and acquired a solid foundation in various aspects of computer science, including security, cryptography, communication, and the like. So this tells the professor something about me, that okay, I have background in computer science and I know what I'm doing. After the introduction, then you talk more about your interests, you express your interests more. So you clearly state your interest in working as a graduate assistant under their supervision. Then highlight any specific reason why you are interested in the research or maybe their teaching area. Then you mention your qualifications, skills, and experiences that makes you a suitable candidate for this assistantship. So in this case, you can focus on relevant academic achievements, research experience, coursework, or relevant skills. If it is for a graduate teaching assistantship, you can politely inquire about any available graduate teaching assistantship positions or opportunity in that department. That means if you are writing to the director of graduate programs in that school, you also have to sell yourself about your past experiences and background and academic achievement. Then you tell them what you have attached in the email and thank them for their willingness and their consideration. You also need to include your contact information and availability for further discussion. Lastly, end the email with a professional closing, such as sincerely or best regards, followed by your full name. I hope this helps you get started. If you have any question at all, please put them in the comments section and I will address them accordingly. Also, there are fellowships online. You can check fellowship or scholarships online. For example, the Fulbright Scholarship allows students from anywhere in the world, international students, to come to the United States for study. One good scholarship I know is the Fulbright Scholarship for international students. You can just Google Fulbright Scholarship on your browser to see their website. I'm going to click on this one. So they have foreign student programs. Then you can see how to apply on their website. You can also choose the country you're applying from. You might need to write IELTS or TOEFL. I mentioned this exam briefly in my previous video. They also have teaching assistantship. Another one is the Empower scholarships. You need to write essays for them to know your story. It is essential to thoroughly research each scholarship opportunity, carefully review eligibility criteria, and submit well-prepared application to maximize your chances of success. Ensure you write your essay very well and make sure you answer each question carefully. Don't worry, I'm going to attach a link to this video where you can find this scholarship. Yeah, I know this is a lot to know about, but trust me, it is worth it. It is worth your effort. If you have any question, put them in the comments section and I'm going to attend to them. I don't want the simple life, it's the fine things I like. I want my champagne all night.